Alrighty, folks. So we're here with Walaa, out here with the. What are you guys calling this event, actually, or just like sign holding?
Yeah, so we are kind of out on the street protesting all day. We have a banner holding from 12 to 6 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we're having a protest and community rally.
Got you. And is it going to still be on the corner of Central and Secor?
Yes, we will be here all day.
Got you. Anybody that wants to join, y'all can come out. But right now, we're just going to talk a little bit generally about the whole deal that they've struck. And so, just like I say, in general, what are you kind of thinking, feeling, how you think it's going to play out? What do you see in the foreseeable future?
Foreseeable future. Whew, that's a tough question. I think I would like to say first and foremost, we're here demanding, of course, ceasefire as a first step. But I like to be very clear that ceasefire is not our ultimate goal. First and foremost, we want a ceasefire. Secondly, we want an arms embargo on Israel. There's no reason that the United States of America should be supplying weapons to a country that is being tried in international court for genocide. So an arms embargo on Israel. And of course, I believe in the Palestinian people's right to self-determination. So that means complete liberation from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea.
And now, what do you think the United States incentive is for aiding and embedding Israel the way that they do?
I think the world runs on money and power. I think that capitalism and war are how the powers that be do what they do. So the world runs on money and power, unfortunately. And I think that unfortunately, war and genocide is profitable.
Yeah.
And that is why our countries continue to invest in it. And hold on one second. Yes, so that's why our countries continue to invest in war and genocide, because it's profitable. But it is up to us, the people, to decide that we don't stand for this and that we are going to fight to put a stop to it.
Yeah. Now, like I was telling you before we started recording, one of the stipulations that Israel has made is basically Palestine got to lay down first. When y'all put your weapons down, then we'll leave the strip or whatever. And they're not even talking about a full leaving. I guess they were saying we're going to stay at the edge of the strip or something like that. Like I said, the details are, iffy, but the gist is they say y'all got to put y'all guns down first and then we'll oblige. Like I said,
so Israel and the United States are pathological liars.
Yes.
We need to start there. Israel and the United States are quite literally pathological liars. Mm-hmm. Every agreement that has been on the table year after year, all the way back to the Oslo Accords, they continue to lie about what they are claiming they will do or where they claim their red line is. Since 1948, Israel has taken more and more and more and more of Palestinian land. And they have taken over almost all of Palestine and have suffocated Palestinians into a small piece of land, which is what we know as the Gaza Strip or Gaza, and the West Bank, which is also scattered with Israeli settlements, illegal Israeli settlements occupied throughout it. So the idea that if you guys just play nice, we'll stop killing you, that's not real. They've been killing us since 1948. And also the idea that people are supposed to accept that they have no right to defend themselves. I like to always continue to be clear. A lot of us like to act like history began on October 7th, but October 7th does not exist in a vacuum. Can we talk about October 6th? Can we talk about October 5th? Can we talk about every day that has come before October 7th of 2023 since 1948? Israel has always been the occupier and the person who, I guess, started the fight, if you want to put it into simple language.
So with them kind of backing y'all into a corner and Trump basically saying y'all take this deal or hell's going to break loose again, but with them making the stipulations of y'all have to act first, y'all are kind of in a place where y'all kind of have to trust them, or how do you feel about that situation? You know what I mean?
I think that, again, Israel and the United States have always had the power in the situation, and they continue to obliterate and act violently. Whether we choose to engage in peace talks with them, or we choose to fight back, or we choose to do nothing, anything the Palestinians do, our oppressors and occupiers find a way to back us into a corner and continue to manufacture consent to obliterate our people. So they like to do this thing. It's a very gaslighting experience. They like to do this thing where they're like, if you guys don't do this, then we're going to do this. And they're like, see, they didn't listen to us. We offered them peace. bombing, carpet bombing a tiny piece of land, one of the most populated places in the world, for 2 years is not peace. So the notion that the United States and Israel somehow want peace is just historically inaccurate. So yeah, I don't think that the Palestinians are being considered or even really being actually given options. I think it's all for optics, so they can say they tried and so they can say they gave us options.
And what's the timeline on an agreement? Like for you to be satisfied, when should there be a response? When should there be a finalized ceasefire? Like how long should this take, basically?
I guess I'm not understanding the question. Ideally, we would like to see a ceasefire today. But I have no, future telling abilities. And again, I think that the United States needs to impose a ceasefire by having an arms embargo on Israel. We're asking them to stop bombing, but we're also continuing to supply them with weapons. So that doesn't make sense. So what I would like to see is that we impose a ceasefire by enacting an arms embargo on Israel.
And finally, that embargo that you're talking about, would that sufficely, I guess, reassure you that they wouldn't try? Because I think I've heard that before. Israel, they had a deal, but then they reneged on it, or they said they were going to stop treating y'all badly, but then they went back to treating y'all badly. So is the arms embargo deal enough to satisfy you that they'll never try to do this again, or is there anything that would satisfy you?
So I guess to clarify, I don't believe that the state of Israel has the right to exist. Okay. The state of Israel established itself by ethnically cleansing Palestinian land. Okay. The state of Israel is a colonial apartheid entity that has engaged in genocide and an apartheid system to uphold its existence. So I have no trust for Israel. There is no peace with Israel. I am saying that they are the oppressor. And so, I guess, for example, if you knew somebody, just one person who is an abuser, and we wanted to protect the people they're harming, what do? We stop supporting that person. We create distance from them. We don't give them platforms. We don't give them power. So an arms embargo means that we stop supplying Israel with the weapons that they are using to massacre Palestinians. I don't believe in any type of peace talks with Israel because Israel is not peaceful. Israel came to existence by ethnically cleansing and annexing Palestinian land.
So you're saying even if the two-state solution happened, you'd still have to keep your eyes on them, basically.
So, okay, let's talk about the Palestine map. I don't know if you can insert an image in here, but I will give it to you. Okay, so the Palestine map is very important to look at. So I will summarize it, but I'm going to give you an image to paste here as well. Okay. So the map of Palestine, 1948, they took a chunk of Palestinian land. 1969, they took more, they took more, they took more. So currently, like if you were to, I like want to use my hands. if Palestine is like this square, like 95% of the square is taken. So when we talk about a two-state solution, again, I think this is gaslighting behavior because the two-state solution is not real because there's physically. No, first of all, Palestinian land is scattered with Israel between it. It's not like half.
Oh, so it's already divided.
It's already divided. It's not like half of the Palestinian land is here and half is here, and Israel is this half, and we can just split it.
Yeah, it's not like, because I thought it was like a right down the middle type situation.
It's absolutely not. I'm going to show you the map. So first of all, there's that. So logistically, a two-state solution is not possible. And again, particularly in the West Bank. So I'll use an example. So going from my grandmother's house, my mom's mom, to my grandfather's house, my dad's dad, is kind of like a Toledo to Perrysburg situation. Okay. So it's like, should be like a 15, 20-minute drive. Yeah. But currently, because there are Israeli settlements between their homes and Israeli checkpoints, it takes almost 2 hours, and you can be stopped by military personnel and harassed, and even they can stop you from going. There have been Palestinian women who have given birth at these checkpoints because they won't let them through to go to the hospital. So there is no two-state solution. This is not tangibly realistic if you just simply look at the map. So that's, first of all, from a logistical standpoint. Second of all, from a ethical standpoint, so say you have a house, okay? It's 2 stories. I come to your house, I get to fighting, I get to pulling guns on you, I get to intimidating you, and I'm like, you know what, dude, this is my house. And then you're like, what are you talking about? This is my house. My grandfather built this home. What are you talking about? And I'm like, no, shut up. You know what? You actually are such a violent person. Why won't you let me live here?
Right, right.
That's what the Israelis have done to us, okay? And then, so months pass by, years pass by. I'm working my way into the upstairs, and then I come downstairs and I take half of the living room. And now I got you in the corner, in the freaking corner, 5 feet of space.
Yep.
And then I'm like, you know what, dude? We've been fighting for a long time. I just want peace, okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a 2-state solution in this house, okay?
Yeah.
You're gonna have these 5 feet, and I'm gonna have the rest. And if you say no, you're a terrorist.
Yep. Okay. No, that sounds.
That is a 2-state solution analogy. So most of us who have a little bit of sense understand that that is not practical. And the United States has a trend of manufacturing consent for violence. So what that means is they dehumanize a population, they make a population look bad, and then they claim to do something to be supporting the population. And when that population says no, all of a sudden the American public thinks that this population is the problem. Yeah. And that's what's happening right now with this 2-state solution offer. I hope that brings some clarity.
No, it does. But like I asked you yesterday, though, the way you described it, pushing these people out, basically saying you got to live in the closet while we take the rest of your house, they did the same thing to the Native Americans.
Absolutely.
And nobody really went on some tirade about how can we rectify that for them.
Absolutely.
So that's what I was saying. If the United States don't really care about rectifying it for the Native Americans, what makes you think they really care about rectifying it for y'all?
This is the thing, is they don't care. So I don't perceive that we are going to achieve liberation through the American government. Yeah. I don't believe that, okay? But what I do know is that I live in this country and I pay tax dollars to this country. And currently, my tax dollars are being used to fund a genocide. So it is my duty to do everything in my power to stop them from continuing to contribute to this. Yeah. So I am not looking to them as leaders. I am not looking to the government to be our saviors. They never have been. They never will be. They are our oppressors. Yeah. But I will fight to the death of me to ensure, as much as in my ability, that they are held responsible for this. And with things escalating, and again, the United Nations making an official statement that what is happening in Gaza is a genocide, we are now violating our laws, the Leahy laws, that we can only supply weapons to a country that follows our laws. And right now they're not. So it's like, even within this system, even though this system is so flawed, even within this system, they're not following their own laws.
Nope.
So yeah.
All right, and last question, and then you don't got to get too deep into this because I know this will open up a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But them feeling like they have the right to treat you guys the way that they do, spanning all the way back to 1948, do you think it's more than just cultural? I guess it might be some racial, European, we're lighter, y'all darker. Do you think there's more to it than that, or they just, for some reason, felt like they could just start treating y'all like that?
Sorry, I'm distracted. Okay, I will answer your question. My bad.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's absolutely racial. So these people are from Europe.
Yes.
In 1948, these people sailed on boats. And the Palestinian people, because we are a people of big hearts and we are a welcoming people, we accepted Jewish Europeans into our land as refugees. And they lived peacefully among Palestinians. That's what happened, y'all. Learn history, okay? So we accepted them into our space, and slowly, over like a 2-year time period, Palestinian people were demilitarized, and these new Jewish settlers were militarized and slowly took over Palestinian land and villages. And then that is when the Nakba happened in 1948. So, yes, it is absolutely racial. These are, I guess, for lack of better phrasing, these are white folks from Europe. Yep. These are white folks from Europe claiming to have some type of onus over the Middle East, which is sick. So, yeah, I think it is a responsibility of everyone to stand up against this. A lot of times we look to history, we look to the Holocaust, we look to slavery, we look to the annihilation of the native people of this land, and we're like, how did people let this happen? My friend, whatever it is you are doing right now is what you would have done then.
Yep. That is so true. And I just had to bring that up because I'm noticing now in this time, it's you guys, it's the LGBTs, they're treating, I'm gonna put it simply, they're treating everybody like niggas. Like, and they see everybody as the same. So
Yeah, yeah, they believe that they are superior, and so again, the state of Israel exists as a national Jewish state. So anytime somebody says something about having an ethno state, that is a problem. Because yes, it's this idea of Jewish supremacy, white supremacy, yeah, which is an issue.
Yeah. So, and when's your next event? When y'all gonna be out here? Where y'all going?
So we will be on October 18th. There's actually No Kings. There's a human chain, so it's actually for like different causes, and there's going to be contingencies of different groups. So you can come out to support whatever cause you would like, and of course, I would love to see you guys join the Palestine contingency. Our group is going to be on Harvest and Monroe Street. And that's October 18th at 11:30.
Got you. And your Instagram is AMP Toledo, right?
AMP_Toledo.
Got you.
Sorry.
All righty. We'll be back with y'all guys with the next or at the next event. I'll see y'all then. Peace.